All right. Okay. Alexa, set a timer for 55 minutes.
55 minutes, starting now.
That's right. Accountability, moderation. We're not going to talk about this one for 3 hours. Okay.
Nope.
So, it's me, and it's Dom, and it's Unearthed Arcana 2022, September 28th, I think is when it came out. 2 days ago?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 days ago. I
Yeah.
think.
Or was it just yesterday?
It was yesterday. Yesterday's when the UA came out. They announced it 2 days ago.
So somehow, in approximately 24 hours or so, people have playtested enough of this to have already passed mortal judgment and make all sorts of crazy memes about how terrible it is. I wish I've only played D&D for like 28 years, so I don't know if I know enough about D&D. What's up, T-Pain? I don't know if I know enough about D&D to read a 36-page document and instantly know how those rules would playtest. So this conversation's, of course, going to be theory crafting until we get a chance to sit down and actually playtest it. But you know what? I'm going to go into this with the most open mind I possibly can, as I always do with new game system and new D&D. The people out there, they might think that I hate on Pathfinder. I don't. I hate Pathfinder kids. It's a difference. I hate the players. I don't hate the game. Pathfinder, good game. Pathfinder 2, amazing game. It's the attitude of the players I don't like. So, ONE D&D, I enjoyed the last playtest material. I ran it as a DM. We had a nice group run through it. We had a great time. And I ran it SRD outside of the playtest, and I never do that, and I still had a good time. So, I'm excited to dig into this. So, what are we looking at first in our 53 minutes that remain?
All right. So first things first, they just start telling you about class groups.
All right. So, when I started D&D in 2nd edition, there were class groups, and it basically said you're going to want the fighter mage, cleric, rogue. That's the optimal party if you have those things. Now, obviously, if you rolled really good on your 3d6 in order stats and someone qualified to be a better class than fighter, like a paladin or a ranger or something, then yeah, you definitely wanted to pick one of those up for sure. But there were things that only a thief could do. There wasn't a rogue yet. There were things only a thief could do. So having a thief around was actually pretty handy. Healing, if you did not have a cleric, you basically needed a very generous DM who would give you an NPC cleric or kind of hand wave a lot of the healing. Because healing was terrible in 2nd edition, you had to have a cleric. If you didn't have a magic user, like if you didn't have a mage, right, you were kind of hosed at the mid levels. Mages were kind of forced back into a utility role at the high levels, and then at the lowest levels, they basically were just a liability that you dragged along because someday they would have a fireball and make you magic items. I loved the different roles. I love the class-based nature of D&D. I enjoy World of Darkness and systems like that where you can kind of point by any hero you want, any way you want. But I also appreciate a class-based system, and it's nice to see a return to the very clear and defined roles of the roots of the game and the system. So
They set up these the 4 groups. For this UA, we're going over experts, but they have expert that has bard, ranger, and rogue. You have mage, which is sorcerer, warlock, and wizard. You have priest, which is cleric, druid, and paladin. And you have warrior, which is barbarian, fighter, and monk.
So
they do say that none of these things actually have rules related to them. It's just a way for them to categorize stuff, and it's like a tag.
Interesting.
Yeah.
For now. Yeah.
Oh, also, artificer is considered an expert.
Yeah, they mentioned that. They mentioned in the document or in the video.
In the document as well.
Okay, cool. So I'm curious to see. I love the ranger being put into expert. I think that's fantastic.
Yes,
and I'm very curious to see how monk steps up to stand side by side with a fighter and a barbarian.
And the description they give for warrior is masters of combat who can deal and endure many wounds. So
All right.
see what monk's doing with what's having a monk.
Yeah,
Endure
I
many,
am.
many wounds.
Yeah, I'm super curious about what they're gonna do with Monk, honestly, because if I was asked, and if I was asked how they're divided up right now, I would say that they sort of tried to put Monk into the expert, but didn't succeed, and they tried to put Ranger into the martial and didn't succeed. Now they're kind of flip flopping on that one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put the Paladin in the priest class at all. The 5th edition Paladin is most assuredly a melee striker. So that was kind of, yeah. But we'll see how it goes. But let's talk about the experts then. And then there's also some adjustments to the rules. And then there's a huge collection of feats at the end of it.
Yep.
Alrighty. So
first one's up is Bard.
Okay. So I've played Bard in 2nd edition, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4th edition, Pathfinder. I made a Bard for Pathfinder 2, but I never got a chance to play one. And of course, I've played Bards in 5e. It's one of my favorite classes. And if I am gonna play a spellcaster, well, I'll be honest. If I'm gonna play spellcaster, I usually play cleric. But if I'm in a group that doesn't mind me maybe being a little more of a spotlight hog and a little bit more party face, I definitely like playing a bard. I predicted that they were going to give the bard some way to access all 3 categories of magic. I was kind of confused why it takes them so long to access. I thought they'd get access to the other schools of magic a lot faster. But Magical Secrets doesn't come online until, 11th level,
11th.
right?
Yeah, 11th.
Yeah, that's a long time for a bard to wait for some healing magic.
Well, no. So they get healing magic at level 2.
Oh.
It just gives them like a divine, like a, what was it? What's the thing that clerics get? Divine spells.
Channel Divinity. Channel Divinity.
No, not Channel Divinity. The domain spells.
Domain. Okay.
So it's like at 2nd level.
Song of Restoration repertoire. Healing Word comes online at 2nd level. Restoration at 4th. Mass Healing Word at 6th. Freedom of Movement at 8th. And Greater Restoration at 10. And then they assume at level 11, if you really care about healing, you'll start Magical Secreting.
Yep.
That. And this is also balanced by the fact that hey, what's up, Bringhound? They can prepare spells now.
Yes,
which is
prepare, and these spells,
amazing.
Amazing. So every spellcaster moving forward prepares spells.
So good.
Yeah.
And what's good about it is, here's the thing. No one's making you prepare spells. Like, if you don't I don't want to have to prepare spells, don't.
Yeah.
Just pick out the spells that you want. Yeah, so let's run through these things in order, I guess. Bardic Inspiration, automatically a big improvement, a big change. It's now a reaction-based ability, similar to the Artificer and the College of Eloquence, which are both top tier as far as design goes. So very, very cool that they put the power back in the hands of the Bard. The Bard doesn't have to worry about you remembering to use it. He doesn't have to nag you to use it. Yeah.
And one thing too about this is that the requirement for you to be able to use it is they have to fail the check.
Yeah. And I don't think it's in this document, but they said in the video that if you roll a 1 on Bardic Inspiration, you get the Bardic Inspiration die back.
So that's a feature that they get further down. It's
yeah.
Font of Bardic Inspiration at 7th level.
Fantastic. I really like that, because that is a very womp disappointing situation when you get that.
The thing is, you get the inspiration back, but the 1 still counts.
I know.
So
that's even better. Yeah.
Yep.
Especially with the nerfs to guidance. Yeah. Which I think is a much needed change. Yeah. So I like that also they don't have a damage reduction ability. They have a counter heal. Yeah, so they take damage, and then you're like, but you also get some hit points back. So this is actually pretty good, because if they drop you to 0, you immediately pop back up. It's kind of bad, though, because if you drop to 0, you still fall prone, and all the bad stuff would happen to you, I'm assuming, and then you get the healing. So not as good as pure damage prevention, But if you had other effects that were that dealt with healing and healing dice, this would actually be pretty good because this counts as a
Yeah.
counts as a healing dice. So that's
Yeah.
kind of neat.
The healer feat will affect this. If you're, I don't know, multi-class into a life, I think life cleric. Whenever you heal, I don't know. I guess those have to be. It has to be a cleric spell, does it? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't
Either
know.
way,
We don't know what that's going to look like when they
yeah,
redefine it either. But
yeah.
yeah,
Either way though, but since it's healing, it's affected by things that probably would affect healing.
yeah. So I'm excited to see the kind of builds that people can start making with this new bard and the direction they're kind of going with it. I like how they for every class they have recommended spells. Like if you don't want to think too hard about it, just take these spells and never worry about it. Don't prepare spells, just do it. Yeah.
One small thing that's hidden inside this this list, this UA for the bard, is they only get simple weapon proficiency, but their starting gear is a short sword. Short sword is now a simple weapon.
Short sword's a simple weapon. Nice, nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then, of course, expertise is still there, and then they give you recommendations on what to take. I love how there's just a recommendation in every section for what to do. The bardic subclass, we got the feats, 4th level. Jack of all trades comes online at 5th level.
Yep.
And I think that still affects initiative. Any ability check, yep. And then we got the font of inspiration that we already mentioned. More expertise. Magical secrets allows you to choose arcane, divine, or primal. And up to 2 of the spells you can prepare can be interesting because what is going to happen with wizards? You know what I'm saying? Like, wizards in their iconic spellbook, if everybody has access to every spell in their particular...
Well, not necessarily, because if you look at it, if you look at their spellcasting feature, they're actually only allowed to certain schools of magic. I'm betting wizard is going to have every single school of magic. They're going to have the whole list.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then they moved everybody's capstone back to 18th so that it's more, it's not punishing to do a little dip of multi-classing. And then you've got, of course, the epic boons that they keep pushing real hard. So that should be kind of fun. All right. For all those people that play up to level 20, like everybody's playing up to level 20 all the time. So College of Lore, I like that cutting words is still there, and that it requires a reaction. That's kind of cool. I think it is a reaction anyways, right? Cutting words. I'm trying to remember. I don't usually play Lore Bard because I don't like doing to DMs what I don't want done to me. So let's see. Subtract the number rolled for cunning inspiration. When any creature rolls your bardic inspiration die, that creature can roll the die twice and use the higher of 2 rolls. Ooh, that's nice. And that's fun, too.
Yeah.
You always get to prepare 2 spells from the school, so you have... Oh, yeah. Remy pointed out in chat that once bards have magical secrets, they get to choose one category that they have access to all of the spells in that category. So if they choose like arcane, they suddenly have access to every arcane spell, and they get to pick 2 of them. Yeah, so that is.
Yep.
But that's cool though because it creates. You have to make a decision of the 3 different flavors of magic per bard, and I don't think that's going to be a very easy decision to make. It really is going to depend on the flavor and the build and what role you're trying to fill in the party. All right, Peerless skill. When you make an ability check and fail, you can expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration to roll the Bardic Inspiration die and add the number rolled, potentially turning into a success. So you can Bardically inspire yourself, finally, but only at level 14. It doesn't require a reaction to do that, though. That's kind of cool. And if you still fail the check, you don't spend your Bardic Inspiration. Wow, that's really nice. Okay. All right, so jumping down to Ranger, everybody that I've talked to is pretty fucking happy about this Ranger. I'm happy about this Ranger. I don't even play Rangers, and I'm happy about this Ranger. Ranger has suffered for the last 8+ years in the shadow of the 4th edition Ranger that set it up for that horrible nerf hammer. and they have tried and failed over and over and over again to make the Ranger relevant, to make the Ranger good, to make the Ranger balanced. And I think that this is the closest that they have ever come. The closest they have ever come. There's a lot to cover here, so we'll kind of move. We'll move quick though, because we only got 40 minutes left. All right. Creating a Ranger. They walk you through it. You got a D10. So the worry that all experts were going to have the same hit die size was not true. It's just flavor, basically. And they've got quite a few skills to choose from. And let's see, scrolling down. How to multi-class into Ranger. Ranger features. Right away, expertise at first level. No more memes about you want to play a good Ranger. Cool. It's called Rogue Scout.
Yeah.
I myself have made that meme joke many times because it's true. If you wanted to know Magic Ranger, three levels of Rogue and a Scout, and then the rest is Longbow Fighter, and you've got an amazing magic-free Ranger. And I think that's still going to be a thing, but I think that this is well deserved and well earned. They needed to have expertise in these skills, and you don't have to take stealth and survival. Those are just the recommended ones. You could have any two of your choice. So, fucking athletics, it's good. It's a good skill.
Looking at how they're setting stuff up, everybody gets a good amount of skills. Like they get, for just making the class, you get 2. Is it? No, you choose 3. You get 2 from your background already. 2, and then if you took a feat that gives you something too, that's even more. And then you just pick any one you want to be expert, any 2 you want to be expertise. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's fantastic. So favorite enemy. I feel like favorite enemy, they're only using the term favorite enemy because they kind of own, like, you know, that favorite enemy thing, because, you know, that's what the D&D Rangers always had. It's like he's got his favorite enemy. But in this age of wokeness and love and compassion, and, you know, not all kobolds and goblins are evil, and, you know, we're playing Witchlight. There, you know, there's lots of good goblins in Witchlight. They want to move away from the hate-based mechanics of the previous editions. So, like, Ranger was a hate-based class. If you wanted to be the most hateful creature in Dungeons & Dragons, you played a Dwarf Ranger. And every part of you was just hate. And they're trying to move away from that, and that's fine. I don't know why they still call it favorite enemy, though. Marked Prey, I don't know. Chosen Quarry.
I mean, honestly, they should just name it Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, just name the whole... There you go, Dom. Name the whole fucking ability Hunter's Mark. Call it... You're done. It's Hunter's Mark. So...
Honestly, they should just take Hunter's Mark, like do what they did with their I think they're planning to do with Eldritch Blast.
Right, make Hunter's Mark
and just make it Ranger's thing.
Yeah, make it a Ranger feature. No one else gets Hunter's Mark. The end. And you just call it Hunter's Mark. Whoever has the Hunter's Mark, place your Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark. Done. You don't need this favorite enemy bullshit. All right. So, you don't have to concentrate on it. So, why is it even a spell anymore? You know, you're casting it as a bonus action. You don't have to concentrate on it anymore. I mean, obviously, we've been doing this since Tasha's came out, but still, it's good for everybody else. I don't know. I think it should just be a feature they always have, and they could always just turn it on. Maybe even give it, like, you can activate this ability a number of times you get a proficiency bonus for a long rest, and then you can spend a first level spell slot to get more of it. The end. I don't know. All right. Speaking of first level spell slots, they're spellcasters from level 1, just like bards, and I think that's good. I think that's really good. Again, if you don't want to play a Magic Ranger, Rogue Scout, multi-class, and a fighter, you don't have to be a spellcaster Ranger. But I think that this is huge for Rangers. It also is going to help a lot to make these quote unquote hybrid casters into just casters, because then all of the spells in the game can be balanced, and you're not going to have bards dipping into spell pools that they shouldn't have access to gain grossly overpowered lower level spells. The paladin and ranger spells specifically, which were designed around the growth of the paladin and the ranger, Anyways, so having them just be regular spellcasters is fantastic. They have cantrips, fantastic. I'm just really, really happy with this decision.
They
And
have
yeah,
they have the entire primal spell list except for evocation spells.
yeah, it's awesome. It's flipping awesome. All right, so moving along. What else we got here? Blah, blah, blah. They got spell slots. They got spellcasting ability off of wisdom. So they are going to be splitting them stats all over the place. I'm sure there are people that are going to be mad about that because they are going to be splitting those stats all over the place. The fighting styles being turned into feats. Very happy with that decision. Makes it easier for people to pick and choose and access them.
Yeah.
Ranger subclass. I know they're doing Hunter as the Ranger subclass for this one. It's a good pick because that one was kind of all over the map, and that one also had some huge inequity between the different choices. And every time you had a choice, just like the Totem Barbarian, there was always the best choice. There was no question about with Hunter which one was the best choice. So I think that I think it's a good one for them to try to work on.
Yeah.
All right. They get extra attack at 5th. That's pretty standard. Roving from Tasha's is increased to 10 feet instead of 5, which is fine.
Climbing and swim speed.
Climbing and swim. Fantastic. We got feats. We got more expertise. Tireless. Primal forces now help fuel your journeys. Whenever you finish a short or long rest, you can give yourself a number of temp HP. That's cool. So then you can take a couple of frenzy levels, but I'm sure they're gonna finally fix frenzy because frenzy barbarian is pretty fucking terrible. All right, sweet. And then we go to Nature's Veil. As a bonus action, you can spend a spell slot to become invisible. That's nice. Oh wow, that's really nice. But only until the end of your next turn.
Yeah, so it's just a hide thing.
Yeah, it's still pretty handy though. Still pretty handy. Let's see. Feral senses. You get blind sight, 30 feet. Nice.
That's a good spell slot bonus action. Disengage.
Oh, absolutely. Your hunter's mark increases in power. Well, that's nice to see. And your epic boon. All right. So with the hunter, we've got Hunter's Prey at 3 when you hit a creature with a weapon or unarmed strike. That's nice. The weapon or unarmed strike deals an extra 1d8 damage if the target's missing any of its hit points. You can deal this extra damage only once per turn. Stacks with Hunter's Mark. Call the forces of nature to reveal certain strengths and weaknesses. While marked, you can check immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities. And this plays into the new scan mechanic? I don't know what they're calling it.
It's called study action.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then we got multi attack. You can now always have Conjure Barrage prepared, and you can downcast it. Oh, sexy, very sexy. Superior Hunter's Defense when you're hit by an attack roll. So Uncanny Dodge for Rangers. Okay. Oh, but you can redirect the damage. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Level 14.
Wow.
Redirect the damage.
All right. So then we got Rogue, which some people have claimed is my actual favorite class. The Audacity. I mean, it is, but the Audacity. Let's see. Rogue didn't really need anything, honestly. It's so fucking good. But let's see what they got. Let's see.
Honestly, the biggest thing for Rogue is changes outside of the class and just moving the subclass to level 6.
Yeah.
Subclass to level 6. But let me see here.
Yeah, Thieves' Cant granting an extra language. Meh. Notice that aim is not on cunning action at 2nd level.
Yeah.
Let's
because they're getting something else at a higher level.
Yeah. Uncanny Dodge is still there. Let's see. Evasion's still there. Reliable Talent is still there.
So Evasion is now at level 9 instead of level 7.
Yeah.
So they've moved it up. Reliable Talent is still there. They still have the same number of feat slots. Now they have a new thing called Subtle
Strikes. Yeah.
Yep. So when you attack, you know how to exploit her distractions. You have advantage on any attack roll if the target is if ally is within 5 feet of that target, and they're not. So if you are able to get sneak attack, you also have advantage at level 13. So you don't have to have aim anymore, really.
Oh, I'm seeing Angst 5 underscores in chat. I think Dex is too OP anyways. I think Dex-based characters could stand to suffer. I would say strong agree, especially with the ease of access to medium armor and shields now. I think that's going to de-incentivize dexterity quite a bit, because you're not going to worry about needing dexterity for armor class if you could easily just pick up medium armor and shields. So I think that's going to be a good deterrent from having to constantly worry about dexterity all the time. Well, I'm liking Subtle Strikes.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. That's fantastic. It's basically pack tactics.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pack tactics.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So Slippery Mind's still in there, and they added charisma to that, which is good. I feel like they should have just gone all the way and done int, wisdom, and charisma, because I mean, fucking gnomes have it by default, but whatever.
Yeah.
Gnome Rogue doesn't even care about Slippery Mind. Let's see. You are so evasive that attackers rarely gain the upper hand on you. No attack has advantage against you while you aren't incapacitated. Holy shit!
Actually, wait a second. I just realized Slippery Mind is proficiency bonus on those.
Oh, that would stack with Gnome.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
god. Oh wow. Oh wow. Man, Gnome Rogue OP. Oh my god.
Yep.
All right, well that's my next rogue. That's what I'm going to play in the. That's what I'm
play.
That's what I'm going to play in the one shot for sure. That's what I'm going to play in the.
Right.
The play test.
Too bad we're not level 15 in this one.
Oh damn, that's right. Let's see. Rogue subclass is my favorite rogue subclass, the thief.
One thing they did get at 17. Did they already have this elusive?
No, they did not.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't be. So as long if you're not incapacitated, you can't. They can't have advantage on you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, a lot of defensive ways of rogue being a rogue tank right now. You know.
Raptor 2-1 Echo. Let me tell you, I play grappler rogues all the time. That's like my default feel good character build when I play 5th edition D&D as a player, and anything that makes grappler rogue better is good in my opinion. I love it. I'm playing a melee rogue right now in Monster Hunter, and I played a grappler skill monkey rogue in Dom's other game where I'm the Frost Maiden. I love it. I love grappler rogue. So I'm very excited for this. All right, so rogue thief. I like the second story work, just gives you climb speed. We basically house ruled that shit anyways.
Yeah.
Jump action, which is a thing now.
That's new.
Uses your dex check instead of strength. I appreciate it. I think you should just be able to sub dexterity for any strength, but I mean that's just me. I don't know. Fast hands, they did take away the ability to use items, which is kind of shitty, but they did give you a search action, and a lot of people don't understand that search action is actually really good. Especially if your DM is a hard ass about sneaky opponents. There's a reason that dragons have as a legendary action search. It's to represent that they're able to keep an eye on the battlefield and keep track of hidden opponents and stuff. Not a bad thing to give to a class that probably is going to have a pretty good investigation or perception. So I was pretty happy with that decision. Supreme Sneak. Kind of sad about the sneaking not working with medium armor, especially with them making it easier to get access to medium armor. Be kind of nice to have medium armor as a rogue, but that's okay. And this is advantage on every dexterity stealth check. So this is like Boots of Elvenkind without having to track down a pair of Boots of Elvenkind. Use magical item. I know that they improved it quite a bit. You can attune them to 4 magic items at once. Almost as good as an artificer. When you use the magic items property, it expends charges. Roll a d6. On a roll of 6, you use the property without expending the charges. That's nice.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then scrolls. You can use any scroll that bears a cantrip or a first level spell. That's pretty fun. You can also try to use any spell scroll that contains higher level spells, but you have to make an Arcana check. That's fantastic. Yeah. And then thieves, people who sleep on scrolls, your DM's not hard enough on you. If you're not understanding the value of scrolls, your DM's not pushing you guys hard enough. Scrolls are very important. All right, then we got Thieves' Reflexes. You can now take a second bonus action on your turn, provided it is the bonus action from Cunning Action. You can use this feature.
A5E now.
Yeah, this is A5E for sure. How wonderful that they can just take whatever they want because of it's all built around their game, so they can go and just take any ideas that you had and add it back into their game.
Yep.
All right, so now we've made it to Feats, and we got 25 minutes to talk about them. So that ain't bad. All right, so anything you want to add about the 3 classes before we jump into Feats?
Nothing really. I like so far everything I've seen. I like them. Yeah, there's some nerfs and some buffs, and I just I want to try them out and see how they are. But everything seems fine. I like what they did to Ranger. I've always liked Rogue, and I'm glad that the subclass feature is now at level 6. It's one of the best things. And then when we get further down to the rule glossary, that's the biggest thing that benefits both Ranger and Rogue. Is the whole dual wielding change.
Oh, yeah. And then we have some questions from chat also. Let's see. Strength, Rogue, blah, 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 blah. Oh, can you explain what stacks with gnomes? So gnomes as a race in ONE D&D, and I believe regular D&D, they have advantage to intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. This Rogue feature, rogues already have proficiency in int saves, and then at level 14 they get proficiency in wisdom and charisma. So now they will have 4 saving throw proficiencies, and if they're a gnome, they'll have advantage on int, wisdom, and charisma proficient saving throws. Holy shit. Holy shit.
You're never mind controlling and fearing.
Oh man. No, I'm telling you, man. Gnome Rogue, ONE D&D. That's the new meta right there. That's the new meta. Let's see. Raptor 21 Echo points out Rogue Thief can save scumming a ring of wishes. I mean, yeah. Yeah. It's technically charges. Charges. Holy shit. Oh man.
That's actually really awesome for Thief.
That is so cool. Yeah, I'm hoping, Jared, that there's some way to get back that fast hands on items action economy, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe they felt it was too good. I don't know. It bums me out.
I guess one thing too is it was very confusing for some people. Like there's always contention of like.
Yeah, it was. You had to house rule it. If you were gonna play with Rogue, if you're gonna play a Rogue Assassin, talk to your DM beforehand. Ask them how it's gonna work in their game, because you're gonna be disappointed. And Rogue Thief, ask your DM how is it gonna work, because you're gonna be disappointed. Make sure that you understand and your DM understands exactly how you guys are going to make it work, because this provides the clarity that was needed. Unfortunately, that clarity involves taking the ability away, which is a shame, because I've seen some amazingly cool characters that benefited from that. Oh, my mic's clipping a little bit? That sucks. All right. I'm having a little bit of computer issues. I've got to run some updates and stuff this weekend. All right, so let's hop down to feats. All right.
Most of the feats, they just turned them into half feats. So almost every single one of these feats is now a half feat. And they all, a lot of them actually have prerequisites now. Like you have to have a dexterity or constitution at 13, or even there's even some that have there's even some trees, like the armor one. You have to no, never mind. It was. I thought when I read it before, I thought it was a tree, but it just requires the proficiency.
And we've been doing this in our own games already with feats, because we level gated some of the feats, and I believe we even set up some ability requirements. I think we ended up dropping that, but we did for a little while.
We kept the level requirements, but the level requirements we kept were pretty much the level requirements they're doing right here. So.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if their changes match up with our changes. That'd be pretty exciting. So ability score improvement, if you just want stats, done.
Yep, that's a feat, but it kind of was always a feat.
All right, so let's see how Actor got improved. Actor's one that I felt like needed to be buffed, but we never really buffed it on our server. But you get a bonus to charisma, makes sense. And when you're disguised as a fictional person or a real person other than yourself, you have advantage on charisma checks to convince others that you're that person. And then mimicry, you can mimic the sounds of other creatures, including speech. This is something that if your DM is actually enforcing this kind of thing, how are you actually using Hat of Disguise or Mask of Many Faces to impersonate all of these NPCs? You don't have mimicry, so how are you doing it? How are you passing for these people if you have to engage in conversation, if you have to talk? This feat has always been there to support that sort of shapeshifter doppelganger kind of build, but it never gets enforced. So like everyone thinks actor is a bad feat. Actor is a fantastic feat if you have a Hat of Disguise, cast disguise self a lot, alter self, if you have Mask of Many Faces, but everybody sleeps on it. Everybody sleeps on it. But that's why I didn't bother to buff this feat, because I felt like, I mean, if you needed it for your build, you needed it for your build. But yeah. All right, athletes. So our athlete is boosted as well. So let's see how their athlete and our athlete compare.
We
Okay.
gave our athlete expertise in athletics. That was the change that we did.
So they did climb speed.
Yep.
So
just,
it doesn't cost you extra movement. This is not the same as a climb speed. They just straight up give you climb speed.
Yeah, this gives you climb speed.
In a world full of like animal races that can all climb, kind of makes sense to just give them climb speed.
They did nerf climb speed. Climb speed does not stop you from the.
You still have to make climb checks, right?
Well, not necessarily that. Is that climb speed does not let you climb on upside down on.
Oh yeah, that's spider climb.
Yeah, you have to have spider climb.
Yeah, I thought we always run it like that. Pretty sure.
I mean, we did. I mean, I didn't run it like that in Rhyme when. Clank the Kobold climbed on.
Oh yeah, he clanked the Kobold down. He's the main character. All right, so hop up when you're prone. You can write yourself only 5 feet of movement, and then jumping, you have advantage on any ability checks you make for jump. I'd say that our buffs are probably more substantial than their buffs. Yeah. Okay. Charger. I'm curious about this because we also tried to fix Charger and nobody takes it. So let's see. You have trained to charge headlong into battle. It's half feet, which we made ours a half feet. Improved dash. When you take the dash action, your speed increases by 10 feet. Ooh.
So your dash is
didn't,
longer than your.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Okay. And then charge attack. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before hitting with as part of attack action, choose one of the following effects: plus 1d8 bonus damage. Okay. Or push the target 10 feet, provided the target you want to push is no more than one size larger than you. And you can use this benefit only once on each of your turns.
So I think that's much better than having to dash and then bonus action.
Yeah, here, let's, Oop. Oh, is this not an editable one? Dang. Oh, wait, there it goes.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Just make a quick change to our world patch document, and done. We'll have to format it. Oh, well. All right, crossbow expert. I didn't think the crossbow expert needed any help. If you wanted to be a crossbow person, obviously you took the crossbow expert feat. I hated the fact that crossbow expert was used by spellcasters to get rid of the penalty for attacking while within 5 feet of an opponent. So let's see what the changes are here.
Pretty much what they did, and you'll see it in here, is they have feats specifically for each type of attacking. If you want to get out of the 5 feet, disadvantage thing. So crossbow expert is for crossbows only.
Okay. So yeah. I like this dual wielding. When you make the extra attack of the light weapon property, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the extra attack if that attack is with a crossbow that has the light property. Oh, that's nice. One of my earliest characters was a crossbow ultra multi-class, good old John Fletcher. So nice to see that this feat is still here. It hasn't had to be changed too much. It was always a very good feat if that's what you were after. Defensive duelist. We tried to fix this. Prerequisite is still there. You've learned to deftly parry attacks. So we already fixed this by making it a half feat. What do they got here? If you were holding a finesse weapon, and another creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use a reaction to add your proficiency bonus. Oh, what? Oh, is that what it says here? Oh, add your proficiency bonus. What? Ours actually lasts all the way through the round. Yeah, ours is better.
For that attack.
Yeah. Oh, nice try, 1D&D. Nice try. All right, dual wielder. We also tried to fix dual wielder. Let's see what they got here. They made it a half feat. Oh, we made it a half feat. It's crazy.
So look at for this one. It has a prerequisite. You have to be able to be proficient in martial weapons.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like if you want to piss away a hard-earned feat on this, I wouldn't make you have martial weapon. If you can't have martial weapon, who cares? Daggers. You saying a person with daggers can't dual wield? That's dumb. That's dumb.
Yeah.
All right. So enhanced dual wielding. When you are holding a weapon with the light property in one hand, you could treat a non-light weapon in your other hand as if it had the light weapon property. Oh, we're going back to like 3rd edition rules for this shit. Okay. Provided that weapon lacks the two-handed property.
So you still have to have a light weapon in one hand.
Okay.
Now, before, when you had this, you could do 2 long swords and be fine. Now you have to at least have 1 light weapon in one hand.
Lame. So they kind of nerfed it a little.
Yeah, a little bit. But they buffed the normal dual wielding.
And we provide a +1 AC bonus if you're dual wielding, and they do.
Old one used to provide the +1 AC bonus. This
wow, this is like a step back. That's unfortunate.
I think the reason why they nerfed it is because they buffed regular dual wielding.
I know they were very proud of their new durable feat, so let's check that out. You already have to have a good constitution, so not everybody's going to qualify for this shit. It buffs your already good constitution even more. You have advantage on death saving throws, and as a bonus action, you can expend 1 of your hit dice, roll the die, and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll. Okay, in a low magic game, that's going to be huge.
Yeah. Just being able to just roll a hit.
Whenever you need to, you just heal yourself. You don't need anybody else's help. I like that quite a bit. Not great, but it's pretty good, especially in a lower magic game.
With a hat feat as well too, it's okay.
Yeah. Elemental adepts, spellcasting or pact magic feature. I don't think we needed to buff this. I thought it was pretty good already. They made it a half feat. Choose one of the following types of damage. You can ignore resistance. In addition, when you roll damage for a spell, treat any 1s as 2s. Such a pain in the ass to set up on any virtual tabletop. Oh, thank you so much. All right, so then we're jumping into our epic boons. All right. I don't really care about level 20 stuff.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Nobody plays level 20. All right. Let's see.
Fighting
style. So you got to be in the. Oh, they said the groups would never matter. They lied already. Look at this shit.
Yeah, there's no rules specifically for the group. But they are tags.
They said it wouldn't matter. They're liars. All right. So archery is a 1st level feat. You gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls you make with ranged weapons. Okay.
You have to be in a warrior group.
Or ranger can get this as a bonus feat at level 2 or something. Like they get one of these. Yeah. Defensive fighting style, dueling. So if you wanted to play John Smith, the human fighter, you could have 2 of these feats at 1st level, and you probably get another one at 1st level as a fighter. You could start the game with 3 fucking fighting styles. If you really wanted to be maximum fighter.
Yep. The Versa fighter.
So T-Pain, I see in chat, you said 2-weapon fighting no longer needs bonus action. Guess what we're playtesting in Monster Hunter right now? That exact rule that we came up with, or that Dom came up with, like 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, it's awesome, by the way. It's awesome, because I'm the one that's playing the dual-wielding melee rogue, and it's fantastic. Even though my offhand attack is only doing like 1 damage sometimes, because it still gives me another chance for sneak attack, and then I have my bonus action to do rogue stuff. It's amazing. I still feel like a rogue, but I also feel like I'm a dual wielding fighter, so it's really nice. All right, so all this is pretty straightforward. Great weapon fighting is still the same.
Not changed.
All right, protection style is... Oh, it doesn't impose disadvantage. It imposes a -2 penalty to the attack roll.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like that should just be whatever the shield bonus is.
Yeah, or proficiency bonus. I
Or
feel like it
proficiency
should. I
bonus,
feel
yeah.
like it should be proficiency bonus. Two weapon fighting. When you make the extra attack of light weapon, you can add your ability modifier. That's good stuff. Grappler is a level 4. You're accomplished. Oh, we buffed Grappler also. But they let you do strength or dex. Ooh, okay. We'll do strength or dexterity. I like that. Increase your strength or dex by 1. We did not make Grappler a half feat.
No.
But okay, let's see what they've got going on here.
We just separated the fact that you had to do another action to
Yeah.
knock somebody down.
You have advantage on attack rolls against creatures already grappled by you. You aren't slowed when you move a grappled
That's
creature.
so good.
That is really nice.
Yeah.
Provided the creature is your size or smaller. Punch and grab. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike as part of the attack action on your turn, you can deal damage to the target and also grapple it. You can
So
use
this is
this
the other
benefit only
side of
once per
Tavern
turn.
Brawler.
Very cool.
So Tavern
Alright.
Brawler's pushing, Grappler is grappling.
All right, then we got Great Weapon Master. Oh shit! All right,
Yeah.
let's see what happened here.
It's a half feat now.
It's a half feat because it needed some more shit.
But it got changed a lot.
I think it got nerfed based on the amount of complaining I saw on Twitter and Reddit today. Let's see. You learned the use of blah 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 blah. Proficiency with martial weapons, I do feel, is a requirement for this. That makes sense. Immediately after you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0, you can make 1 attack with the same weapon as a bonus action. Heavy weapon mastery. When you hit a creature with a heavy weapon as part of the attack action on your turn, you can cause the weapon to deal extra damage to the target. The extra damage is equal to your proficiency bonus. Aw, cry it out, babies. Cry it out. It brings me so much fucking joy to see it. Like, it's not official yet, but to see the company look at their horrible child and actually discipline it. Hell yes. God, fucking Great Weapon Master. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, sorry. Heavily armored. This one has always been kind of a trap. It's been a trap feat. New players always take heavily armored because they had that damage reduction. And they're like, yeah, 3 damage from every attack. I'll be invincible. And then they get to like level 8 or 9 and they start fighting giants and shit. And they're like, well, this sucks. Yeah. So let's see what they did with this. You just gain heavy armor training. Wow.
So heavily armored was the one that gave you the proficiency. It's the one right next to it.
Heavy armor master. Here we go.
Yeah.
You can use
but
armor.
It is also half feat, so you gain a half. It's a half feat to gain, and you gain proficiency.
When you're hit by an attack while you're wearing heavy armor, any bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage is reduced by your proficiency bonus. Well, that's good. Okay. I like that. At least it scales a little because that 3 is so enticing at level 1. You're like, oh my god, nothing will kill me. This is incredible. And then later on, it's not so good. But if you play in a game with Tasha's rules at play, the fighter could change their feats. So, like, you take this feat at level 1, and then when you start getting to, like, level 5 or 6 and it falls off, then you switch to a different feat. Yeah. Let's see. Inspiring Leader. This is an alright feat. It hasn't aged well because of everybody and their brother can give you temporary hit points now. Yeah. But it was amazing when 5e first came out, and it has fallen off over time. At the end of a short or long rest, you can give an inspiring performance, speech, song, chosen creature, each gain temporary hit points equal to 2d4 plus your proficiency bonus. Did we boost this one? I don't think we boosted this one.
I don't think we did.
Nah. All right. Keen Mind we boosted on our server. Let's see how this measures up. You already have to have a keen mind to be a keen mind. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah. That's pretty good. And then you get even smarter. Okay, we have that. We have that already. Choose one of the following skills. Hey, we have that. Choose one of the following skills. Oh, hey, you gain expertise. We have that too. All right, cool. And then quick study, you can take the study action as a bonus action. Yeah. I think we pretty much already did this. All right.
I mean, we kind of homebrew that study action as a bonus action.
Yeah.
In our games, but If it has to be a normal action and you're running it like that, that's pretty good. I know on our end we kind of sleep on that study on that bonus action. Figure out what you know about this creature type of thing.
T-Pain, good point. New heavy armor master is not restricted by non-magical, so it's actually fantastic and scales with you throughout your career. Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Observant. I don't think we had to boost this. Observant's already pretty damn good. Let's see. They made it a half feat, which I think it already was. Choose one of the following skills. And, okay, so it's like the same thing, but you get a search action instead. I'm glad that you don't have a +5 to your passive perception anymore. What the fuck? That's the dumbest shit. It's so dumb. Oh my god. All right.
Keen is the intelligence feat. Observant is the wisdom feat.
Yeah, that's good. And then actor is the charisma feat, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there was like you skipped over Mage Slayer.
Oh shit! Yeah, we on our servers, we do Mage Slayer gives you magic resistance just right off the bat. I don't think they're going to be able to top that.
No.
Let's see, Mage Slayer. When you damage a creature that is concentrating, which is very few creatures based on the monster designs I've seen, in in Monsters of the Multiverse. It has disadvantage. Guarded Mind. If you fail an Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma saving throw, you can cause yourself to succeed instead. Once you use this benefit, it's still terrible.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. Well, I'm okay with somebody pissing away a feat to gain magic resistance, honestly. That's fine. If you want to piss away your feat to get magic resistance, that's a fine way to spend it. But I'm not going to make Mage Slayer a half feat until I have to. Because you still gain the other benefits of it. But that magic resistance is pretty nice. Now, there's a lot of ways to get magic resistance just by playing Dungeons and Dragons. So this feat definitely is not the best, but at low levels, especially, being able to start with magic resistance is pretty nice.
You know who doesn't need magic resistance? A gnome.
A gnome doesn't really need magic resistance, honestly. All right, a gnome rogue doesn't need it. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, that's all right. Let's keep going. So we got Polearm Master. I'm curious about. Oh no, it's only 3 minutes left. Polearm Master. I'm so curious about all these changes though. All right.
So the biggest change is between Sentinel and Polearm Master don't stack anymore.
Wow.
Because Polearm Master says you can just make an attack if somebody comes inside your thing, and it's called reactive strike. It's not an opportunity attack. And Sentinel specifically says it's an opportunity attack, which causes them to get lose their speed. So when somebody walks up next to you and you smack them with your polearm, it doesn't trigger your Sentinel.
They deliberately divorce them from each other.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. I saw a lot of angry memes on Reddit about this. Like, cry it out,
ritual,
babies.
Another big change is Ritual Caster.
Yeah.
If you pick it, you now, it's the same thing. You pick a school. You can choose spells from there. Those spells you can cast as rituals, but you get a new thing called Quick Ritual, where you can use you can cast a ritual with without using the extra time the ritual requires.
Oh.
So you can and you could use that a number of times. You could use that once per.
Important to point out here, prerequisite: you do not have to be a spellcaster to take Ritual Caster. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. That is super awesome. I would probably, in our low magic Curse of Strahd game, I would probably consider putting that in there. And eventually, I don't know if I would make it available at 4th. I might make it like an 8th level. But if somebody wanted to take it, and then you guys find spell books and stuff, and you kind of start casting out of them and gathering spells, I think that would be kind of cool. In a low magic game, that could be really, really cool. All right.
Sharpshooter is the other weapon version of a crossbow thing.
Okay.
So with crossbow was about dual wielding and being in melee.
Yeah.
This one's about using a longbow while in melee.
God, it still just completely ignores cover.
Yeah. It
God
ignores
damn.
Cover, ignores disadvantage from long range, and you can fight in melee. And it's a half feat.
Wow. I mean, it at least gets rid of the damage thing, but honestly, the sharpshooter damage output was never the biggest issue. The biggest issue is just trivializing any and all penalties for being a ranged attacker.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shield Master was always pretty good. Let's see. If you attack a creature within 5 feet of you as part of the attack action and hit with a melee weapon, you can immediately bash the target with your shield. So they're very clear. The bash happens after the attack now.
But it doesn't require your bonus action.
Well, that's nice. Oh, yeah. And then Interpose Shield, if you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage. Beautiful. A lot of people sleep on Shield Master. Telling you, it's an amazing feat. Alexa, stop the timer. Oh, let's just keep going until Basil comes looking for me. All right. All right. So then Skulker. We boosted Skulker a little bit. Let's see what they did. We made Skulker a half feet. They made Skulker a half feet. They give you blind sight on Skulker. Holy shit!
Makes sense.
Fog of War, exploiting the distractions on the battlefield. You have advantage on any dex check you make as part of the hide action during combat. Oh my goodness. Sniper, if you make an attack roll while hidden. Wow. Okay, well, we're just going to copy this shit over. Yoink. Okay. This is way better than our Skulker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one after that one is Speedster. It's the new mobile.
Oh, okay. Speedster's the new mobile.
But it doesn't give you the...
Doesn't work with heavy armor. Okay.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't do the whole, if I miss an attack, I can walk away.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a free disengage. Damn. Okay. Spell Sniper is, let's see, it doesn't allow you to learn spells. Well, that's nice. Because people would just take that to get Eldritch Blast or whatever. Let's see.
So it's pretty much the bypass cover. They
found me! Alright. Wait. We're almost done. I swear, we're almost done. Okay. So then we got Warcaster. You have advantage of concentration. Reactive spell. When a creature provokes opportunity attacks. Okay, so that's the same. Yeah, weapon training. You gain martial weapon proficiency. Oh, just all martial weapons.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. I don't know if it's worth a 4th level slot. But it's pretty nice.
It's a half feet too.
Yeah, that's true. All right, and then they divvy up all the spells. That's good. Yeah. And then scrolling through all that. All right, any new rules that we need to discuss? Otherwise, we could, yeah. Just
I would just say
big standout ones. Jump. Okay.
Exhaustion is changed.
Okay.
So yeah, exhaustion now it's like stress. Like it goes up to 10 levels. And each level, it just makes you take a -1 on.
Oh wow!
Save DC and any D20 test you do.
That's fantastic. We should probably just try that out for Curse of Strahd, honestly.
So exhaustion just be a negative. I mean, we were doing that for stress, right?
Oh, QNov app. You pointed out that Eldritch Blast is not on the spell list. Yes, I am very confident they're going to go the Giphy Glyphs route, and Eldritch Blast is going to be a feature exclusive to Warlock. That all Warlocks will get it or some form of it, and it will kind of scale with that. I'm almost wondering if they're going to take Schmites and just move them over to Warlocks. I don't know. We'll see. There was kind of that huge overlap with like the Warlock and the Paladin when they gave Warlocks like Eldritch Smite to try to stop people from multiclassing from into Warlock Paladin. Anyways, let's see. What was the other one you want to say? The jumping?
Jump. There's also help. Help action got changed.
Okay.
So now help action, you have to be proficient in the skill that you're going to help somebody with.
Oh. Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
we play it that way anyways. But yeah.
And then assist attack roll, you have to be within 5 feet. You gain advantage to it.
Yeah, that's normal unless you're Mastermind Rogue. Yeah. Guidance spell got nerfed. That's fantastic.
Yeah, got nerfed.
It's a reaction spell now. Yikes.
Mm-hmm. Cantrip.
Nobody's going to be using that because at higher levels they want to save the reactions for the important stuff. All right, and then
as well.
Hidden. You aren't affected by any effect that requires the target to be seen. If you are hidden when you roll initiative, you have advantage. Oh, that's cool. Attacks affected, you have disadvantage if they attack you. Attackers have advantage. Ending the condition. Conditions of you if the following occur. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. So yeah, they've added influence as an actual thing.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
And they have like a whole explanation about attitude. What does that do?
This is all this is straight up from 4th edition. This whole system right here. of turning social stuff into gameplay. That's just ripped right out of 4E. I like how they talk about the invisible condition a bit more. That's good. And jump. Okay. So with the jump action, you attempt to leap more than 5 feet. Because raw, you automatically succeed at jumping, or you don't. Like there's no real jump checks in 5E. Okay, so when you take this action, your speed must be greater than 0, and you must make a DC 10 strength check. If you don't move at least 10 feet, you have disadvantage on the check. On a failed check, you leap 5 feet horizontally or vertically. On a success, the check's total determines the distance in feet you can clear horizontally. Holy shit.
Yep.
All right, that's cool. Not restricting it to height and stuff. All right, I like it. And then there was a change to the light weapon to make it better for dual wielding. When you take the attack section in a turn with the light weapon in one hand, you can make 1 extra attack as part of the same action. Yeah, Dom prophecy over here. Yeah.
So the big thing about jump though is that it still takes up your movement.
And
And when you're jumping, the distance you go is considered difficult terrain.
Oh, I didn't read all the way. So jumping distance is difficult terrain. So right now we all like cheese jumping. Guaranteed jumping to avoid difficult terrain and stuff. So I guess they're kind of taking that into consideration.
So that idea that if you roll a 20 and you can jump 20 feet, you're really only jumping 10.
Oh, that's rough. So all those abilities that improve jumping are actually really, really good now. All right.
It's also an action.
Well, I'm out of time, but I am excited about playtesting these new rules. So you said you want to DM it this time?
Yeah, I'll try. I'll set up something.
All right, then consider me signed up. I will definitely be there with my gnome rogue. So, all right.
Maybe we'll do. We'll jump up the level a bit. Maybe we'll do like I don't know.
Yeah. Do at least 4th, but maybe even 8th. That way we could have a couple of feats under our belts.
Yeah.
So
because there's so many feats here, so.
All right.
You do 8.
Well, thank you everybody for hanging out in chat. If we didn't set a timer, Dom and I would just talk about Dungeons & Dragons for like 3 or 4 hours at a time. We love D&D. We love hanging out and chatting about the game and game design. Please keep an open mind with this stuff. The editions are going to change. The world is broken right now. There's not a lot of good things. So just be happy that people are making a cool game for you to try. No one's coming and taking your 5e books away. No one's telling you that Pathfinder 2 sucks. This is just some people that are working hard to try and make a cool game. That's it. Don't shit all over this stuff. Okay? People are working really hard on this. So give it a chance. Actually playtest it. If you don't have time to playtest it, watch some people playtest it. We stream our playtest. We're going to stream these playtests. Watch it played before you go casting all this judgment on it. I've been playing D&D for 28 years. I play in 5 games a week in November. It's going to be 6 games a week. I spent a lot of time playing 5th edition D&D, and I was in the D&D Next playtest, which is what D&D 5th edition is now. And I could tell you that D&D is going to be fun or not fun based on the people that you play with, not on the rules. Okay, so just be helpful, you know? Like, don't shit all over this stuff before you even try it. Okay, just open mind. All right. Anyways, I gotta go. So good hanging out, Dom. I will catch up with you later this weekend, man.
Yep.
All right.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.